I prayed, Lord, and the whole time she was looking every time the door was open. I could tell, she was embarrassed. I didn't try to embarrass her, but hey, if you want prayer, let's do it now. I got a migraine. I don't want to wait till you go to church on Sunday. Do it now.
Strike all the iron in his heart.
And I guess that's a thought I got, but I just do it.
Go get it.
Amen.
Sick of it.
Amen.
Amen. Sick of it.
Help us, Lord. I gotta have peace. We can't live in chaos all the time.
Great peace have they that
We can't live at war all the time. I don't know about you, I like the peace of God.
in my life.
Sister Amen. What about the fruit of long suffering? How do we fare on that?
How strong are we on?
Am I long suffering, or I bite everybody's head off the minute they say something?
Short fuse. Short temper.
You're better. You're growing. You're growing.
Temper under control.
Thank God. What about gentleness?
Being gentle.
I told Miracle the other day, I said, you got a gentle spirit
About you.
She looked up and smiled. She does. She has a gentle spirit. She's kind to people. Sister Holly's got a gentle spirit.
Extremely gentle.
Well, what I see is gentle. What about goodness? What is goodness? You ever seen somebody that says, well, that's a good person? What makes you say that?
The things they do.
Treat people the way they want to be.
They treat people the way they would like to be treated. The Bible says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Goodness. Now, a lot of people today takes that fruit of goodness to mean that if I give to these people here, I will be saved.
Take it out of context.
That is not what the fruits of the Spirit is.
Take it out of context.
There's a man that knew I married told me, he said, man, you going to tell me that I'm going to go to hell when I help people pay their light bill and I buy food and put it in the refrigerator? You made God's will. I said, no, God's not going to send you to hell.
Don't get it.
I said, you're going to send yourself.
Don't get it twisted.
I said, doing good and having goodness. I said, that's a great thing. But I said, it won't save you.
Don't get it twisted.
But it will help you win souls to God. It will.
That's the truth, Pastor.
Amen. There's a precious elderly lady in line at Walmart trying to get her medicine. She didn't have enough money. And she was literally standing there, an elderly lady, and That gets to me. That kids get a hold of me. They do. And she was crying. And I'm standing back there between the two little posts, and my wife says, calls me Nosy Rosie. I just walked up there and said, ma'am, what's the problem? She said, I got this medicine and I can't afford it. I said, come on, people. I said, y'all got samples back there. Give her some samples so she can come back to the doctor. And the lady said, no, we're out of the samples. I said, well, call the drug company, get them to bring a bunch tomorrow. Trying to. And finally, I said, Mom, how much are you short? $70 little. I grabbed my phone and it's my bank. I said, Lord, I don't want to get a hot check. I'm a preacher. But I had enough, because they know I just wrote it out. I said, here, ma'am, give this lady her medicine. Because she was trying to decide which medicine she could leave so she could buy a few groceries. We live in a world today where people are hurting. We live in a society today where people are hurting.
They need help.
Bless her heart, she called. I gave her one of my church cards. I said, here, I said, if you ever need some help, just call me.
No matter what
And
time.
when I started to walk out and get my truck, the devil said, go ahead, you really gonna be broke, because she's gonna hand it around, everybody's gonna be fine. But that's never happened. But she called me crying, thanking me for helping her. I said, ma'am, that's just one of the fruits of the Spirit. I said, if you're hurting, I'm hurting. We've got to be willing to stretch,
To help those that can't help us back.
to help people.
To help those that can't help us
Just
back.
goodness. I preached a funeral for my old pastor year and a half, 2 years ago, and I was amazed as I stood there by the casket at the people that walked up and they said, he was such a good man.
Yeah.
Good man. People walk up and say, I was lost and I was dying on my way to hell, and he showed me what to do, and I got the Holy Ghost, and he baptized me in Jesus' name. That's the kind of legacy I want to leave for my children, for my grandchildren. I want them to learn. Don't be so stingy. Help when you can.
Help others.
Sometimes we may not be able to do it monetarily, but we can maybe
So you can.
go cut their grass. I went to help Sister Dolly out one time, and I cut the wrong watch.
That's somebody else's
I
grass.
said, surely this must be her lot. So I just, woman, I mean, that grass was high. And she had told me hers was high, so I said, this has got to be it. I cut all that grass and looked my one more up. This guy said, that wasn't my lot. I said, well, I bless somebody. But I made sure I found out where this God's lot was. But I blessed somebody that day. So the fruits of the Spirit, if you don't know them, write those scriptures down. Galatians 5:22 to 23. Write those fruits down and put them on your refrigerator, put them on your mirror in your bathroom, and when you get up in the morning while you're brushing your teeth, just pray, Lord, let those 9 fruits begin me. God, if you see an area where I'm not long-suffering, help me, God, to become more long-suffering. Because until those 9 fruits are active in our lives, God cannot gift us with the 9 gifts of the Spirit. And I just got through with the scripture. There's no way we'll get through. But we have to understand, and we have to get this sank deep down inside of our lives. I call the 9 gifts of the Spirit. That's just something to help me remember. I call them torpedo gifts. Why did you call them that? I don't know. It just helps me remember. The Holy Spirit of God can manifest any one of these 9 gifts through any believer if they have the 9 fruits of the Spirit operating in their lives. We read this scripture, and the gifts of the Spirit talks about the word of knowledge. And we're just going to introduce this. We won't get into it completely. But the first gift of the Spirit that I want to talk about is the one I believe will manifest the most in your daily life with the Lord. With God having absolute perfect knowledge on all things. Now I know I'm going to blow some of you computer people's minds, but Siri don't know everything.
Not everything.
She don't. I'm bad about kind of fooling around, and I hit Siri one time. I said, Siri, do you have the Holy Ghost? I cannot find anything on that. So I lost confidence in Siri. But with God having absolute perfect knowledge of all things, and with us having knowledge levels that are completely imperfect and limited, this means that we all need to receive words of knowledge from the Lord on a very regular and frequent basis in order to be able to safely journey through this life. It really does. As much as I believe the Holy Ghost will really manifest this specific gift with a lot of frequency in our lives, if we can just learn how to pick it up from Him when it comes into us. We have to be able to recognize that the gift of knowledge, understanding. The Bible says, if any man lack understanding, do what? Let him ask. I want to understand, and I want to have the knowledge to know that if I'm about to do something and it's not in the will of God, I want that gift of knowledge to tell me, back off.
Yes, sir.
Let it go. Leave it alone.
Hallelujah, Jesus.
Brother Zicko.
Pastor, you know the Word of God said He chose the foolish things of the world to confine the mind.
Yes.
You know, if anyone would learn, I'm saying that for myself. If anyone would learn to listen and be obedient to the Word of God, it's no telling what God would do.
That's exactly
That's the truth. I mean, we all set in our ways, you know. But if we would learn, if I would learn how to just humble myself and come under and just listen and hear the voice of God, I would be a better person, a better son of God.
Every one of us would. Every one of us would. But we get so involved in living our everyday lives with all of its problems and all of its troubles, and we get so bogged down in that stuff that we don't take time to talk and visit with God and ask Him, Lord, can you give me direction? Well, Brother Barrett told me that years ago. He called me his grandson in the Lord. That's what he called me. When I didn't see him, he said, praise the Lord, grandson. He said, you are my grandson. I said, how does that figure? He said, well, I want Brother Abair, and he's your father-in-law. So that makes you my grandson. And he told me, he said, if you would learn to pray, Brother Perkins, and pray early. I was mentioning that to our evangelist. I told him, I said, Brother Barnes, who was a great man of God, he was a prophet of the Lord. Brother Barnes, I was asking him as a young preacher, I was probably 20, 21 years old, and I was asking him, I said, Brother Barnes, when is the best time to pray? He said, anytime's good. I said, oh, but when is the best time? When do you get less interference with the world of demonic principalities and powers? And he told me this, and I have never forgotten it. He said, going back, and Brother Johnson preached about the demons leaving out of the man legion and going into the swine. They didn't want to have to go back to hell. And demonic spirits has to have a body to live in.
Or they gotta go back to hell.
And he said, when are people the quietest and less moving around? He said, from midnight to 6.
They have to sleep.
He said, demons inhabit people's body. Because he said, they're not like angels, they don't just float around. They're down here, they have to have a body to dwell in. He said, between midnight and 6 in the morning, he said that demonic spirit world is its quietest. Because people are in their beds and they're sleeping. I tried praying at night. When nighttime comes, I'm so wore out. I'll sit down in my chair, and in 30 seconds I'm gone. I'm out. Brother T.
Brother Perkins, you know, through the years, this is something that really helped me live for God and stay faithful to God. You know, y'all talked about the cares of this life. You know, the Bible talks about, and we all have a portion of that because we got responsibilities. But if we're not careful, we don't pay attention to what's the cares of life and what's the kingdom of God. And what I've learned to do, we don't even realize that we take for granted that when we come in these settings and these gatherings, we sit in heavenly places. Yeah. Because we go up in here, man, we don't feel no fear, man. We're not worried about what we just went through out there.
Tell it, brother.
We in the atmosphere. So what I've learned to do personally, I set my environment. So I take that same atmosphere that I sit in here, and I bring it everywhere I go. Amen. I bring it home. I bring it on the job. That's what I've learned to do, and it has really helped me to live for God. And I could hear God talk all the time. You know, because that's what I've tuned into. And at the same time, the cares of this life, I know what the cares of this life is concerning my family and church. And I don't let it get past no further than that.
That's right.
And it has really helped me through the years.
All right.
That's a good counsel.
Anybody else? We're going to have to stop. But if you got something you want to say, or if you got a question about something that was said, please just ask. Sister Ned.
Most of the time, when God does wake me up to pray, it's 4:30, 5:30.
I've even asked God. I didn't get to bed at 12 or 1 o'clock. I had to go to the hospital one night. I got back and it's like 1:15. And I already had my alarm set for 4. I said, God, can I go ahead and just pray right now since I'm already awake and skip 4 o'clock? I didn't hear nothing from him. So I prayed for about 45 minutes and said, amen, laid my head back and went right off to sleep. At 4:45, my eyes popped up. I turned my alarm off and I said, God, don't you have a sense of humor? I'm tired. But I couldn't go back to sleep. So I got up and prayed. Most of the time, when I'm praying in the early morning, I try to keep it down so I don't wake my wife up. One morning she come in there and I'm in the middle of the floor just having a Holy Ghost time, and she said, you gotta be so loud. I said, I'm sorry, I apologize. Slipped my clothes on, came right on over here, locked that door, put me some instrumental gospel music on, and I just had me a time in the Lord. Yes. I screamed and hollered. Amen. Because that's just what I was feeling at the time. I didn't have to be intimidated. So most of the time, I just slip over here, have my prayer time. But that is my time. That's been almost 30 years now. But I promised God, because my prayer life was lacking, and I promised God, I said, I'll never go to work another day until I have spent at least 1 hour with you.
That's the truth.
And so I started getting up. I said if I had to be up at 5 to be to work for 6, I'd set my clock at 4. And when you work 30 years, getting up at 4 o'clock, My wife said, I'm so glad now that you retired off of that public job. She said, we're gonna be able to sleep late, and every morning about 3:45, those
There it goes.
there's a clock inside of me. If anybody knows how to turn it
There it
off,
goes.
please see me after church, but it won't. But some of the greatest experiences I've ever had with God is in those prayer times between 4 and 6.
Yes. And Brother Avery used to pray, get up early and get 12 o'clock. And I was trying to sleep and he would pray out loud and God would feel the power of God. And the Lord said something, you get up and do it.
All right.
Come on.
Sister Steve.
Pastor with Brother Ricky, as soon as I feel him getting up in the morning, I try to hurry up and start talking to him, because he'll run like, I gotta pray, this is my prayer time, and I'm trying to hurry up and get it all out, but that's every morning, because at night, he sleeps, so I have to try to give it to, try to talk to him early in the morning, but he's like, you better hurry up, I gotta go. Like every morning, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Sister Perkins tried, and I guess it's a ladies thing, she likes to just talk.
They all do.
I lay my back on the pillow, she said, are you listening?
Are you listening?
I got you, baby, just talk.
Are you listening to me?
After a while, she'll poke me, quit snoring.
When you got the office,
You didn't hear a word I said, I always repeat the last thing I heard her say. She said, that was an hour ago. I said, I'm sorry, I'm tired. I said, and I know I gotta get up early to pray, and so I'm going to bed. And that's what happens when a early riser marries a late. And she likes to stay up late, and then she still sleeps. And maybe, all right. Well, I get in trouble.
I started my prayer life and now my dog is bothering me when I'm praying.
Her dog tries to hinder her prayer. She rebukes it. But whatever you do to our new converts, develop a prayer life. If you want to live for God, you're going to have to learn to pray. Set you a time. If you like to sit up late, after everybody's in bed, you go have your prayer time. If you're an early riser, get in your truck and pray. Get in your car and pray. Because if you really get to praying, you're probably going to get loud.